Hey, amazing people. Let's wait and pull this up on the page. There it is. Okay. Hey, kids. How's everybody doing? Hey, Louisa, Miranda, Amy, Karen, Sheila, Joan. It's out there surfing away, huh? All right. I want to, I actually was trying to come on in my Zoom room for about the last half hour and do a live so I could bring some people on board if they wanted to. What I want to start doing is sharing the mirroring process that I do in one-on-one calls, as well as in the Waking Up in the Dream 30-day transformational experience, because it's a game changer. I can talk all day long, people can read the book, but it's really, what it comes down to is we cannot change what we cannot see. And so as we move through these different states of conscious awareness, dimensions, whatever you want to call it, it's great to be mirrored. And that's what my teacher, everybody's my teacher, everybody is our teacher, but that's what my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, the author of the 4 Agreements, really did for the people that were in the small group when I met him in 2001, and you know, was able to hang out with him for 10 years and do these monthly 3-day dreaming groups. And so it's really when people can ask the deeper questions and get mirrored, you know. So that's what I was hoping to do. I think I can bring somebody on the live, but I'm not positive. I found a tutorial where I could bring them on if I was on my phone, but I prefer to do this on my computer. But let me just invite a couple people here real quick, and then we'll get going. I'm excited to share some cool insights that I use every day, and I intend that you may find them really powerful, like I have, because you may have heard me talk about this before. And I'm not looking at my screen because I'm inviting some people, so I'm doing my best to be present with everybody. But the average person is running 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day, subconsciously. And if we do not intentionally and consciously create in each moment, then we're just going to be recycling the same thoughts, which is going to basically bring us the same experiences. Now, if your experiences are all magic and miracles, that's amazing. And I know that there's a lot of people out there. Hey, Jen, oh, you're here. I wanted to see if I could bring you on live. If everything that's showing up in your dream, because you do realize you're dreaming all the time, right? We're dreaming right now, not just when we're in what we call the sleeping dream. So if we do not take time throughout the day, and I'm going to share with you how I've switched to doing it in the morning, first thing every morning before I do anything else, no ifs, ands, or buts, to consciously create my day, how it's going to go, what I envision, what I see, what I'm pulling in to my vibrational holographic field, how I'm affecting the vibrational field with the power of my conscious intentions. We're painting on this hologram that we think is in the external all the time in every moment. And so this is one of the most important things I could ever share with you. And I'm not assuming that you don't already understand this, but I have to start somewhere. So consciously creating your day. As soon as you open your eyes and you realize that you just came out of what we call the sleeping dream, I immediately go into what I call a gratitude rampage. And so that means raising my vibration and naming off everything that I'm grateful for, from the soft pillow, the bed that I have, the place that I have to live, running water, electricity, a place to stay, friends, life, Mother Earth, nature. And one of the really most important things that will really ramp up your vibration is tuning in to your innate intelligence. I describe innate intelligence as the trillions of cells that are unconditionally loving us in every single second of our existence. And this is what's really taught me about unconditional love. Because before I thought it was, oh, I'm super in love with this person and I'm feeling it as strong as I've ever felt it, and I just feel like $1,000,000 thinking about this person. But if a relationship, if that magic wears off over time, which it sometimes does, if we don't have these conscious awareness tools and we don't keep using the power of our intention and the power of our heart and our emotion to ramp up our vibration and affect this quantum vibrational hologram that we call life. If we're not consciously doing that in every moment, then what's happening is the default 50 to 80,000 thoughts, or whatever thoughts are running in your subconscious, which in many cases are childhood wounds, programming that we receive from, in my case, it was the school system. My father died when I was 7 years old in a plane crash. So that was a huge shock for a little kid growing up. I had no idea how to process that. It was all part of my soul's journey and agreement. But how do you tell somebody at 7 years old that's what's happening? So that happened. Then Catholic school, tons of judgment, separation, guilt, angry 75-year-old nuns assaulting us with wooden rulers, with the metal strip running down it, judging us, telling that we're going to go to hell. I mean, this is serious programming. So now that we're adults, no matter where you are in your life, no matter what's happened wound-wise, situation-wise, relationship-wise, every single morning, every single moment is a clean slate. Yeah, let's get a little vibration going on with that. Every single moment, I want to be over here. Every single moment is a clean slate. Just want to let you guys get a little bit of this. And I know it's Facebook, and I know there's a tendency to scroll, but, you know, that's okay too. But when we can stop and tune in, and really, let's think about this innate intelligence one more time. Trillions of cells that have no other purpose or agenda than to unconditionally love and serve us. Our breath, purifying our blood, running every single function of every single part of our body, every single organ, blood flow, cellular regeneration, thoughts, imagination, vibration, multidimensional tapping and tuning into. That's all your innate intelligence. That's unconditional love. And so that's really enabled me to tap in and monitor my frequency of whether or not I say that I truly love something. That's the true litmus test for me. Unconditional love, innate intelligence. So amazing. So if anybody has any questions, I'd love to get into a dialogue with anybody here. I don't just want to hear myself talk. I hear this stuff all day long. So do you take time to create your day every morning? And if not, why not? And maybe an easier way to say that is, I invite you, based on what I'm sharing about the 50 to 80,000 thoughts that are going to run on autopilot every single day, to, can you commit to every morning, as soon as you awaken, and if you have to get up and go to work or set your alarm or whatever, then can you commit to setting your alarm a half hour earlier, going to bed a half hour earlier? Thank you for all the hearts and the love. I'm feeling it. I love it. Can you and will you, starting tomorrow or even today, during this call or after this call to get quiet with yourself and to really take some deep breaths and tune in to the love that every single cell is giving you in every single moment. We take this stuff for granted. We're not taught this stuff in most cases. The school system of programming is set up to teach us what to think, not how to think. So we're going to turn the tables on this whole thing. That's what we're doing. That's what this awakening process is that's happening right now. So will you commit to consciously creating your dream every morning for at least 15 minutes? As soon as you wake up, I just woke up out of the sleeping dream. Now my mind is quiet before the horses start running. And I'm going to intentionally kick some serious ass here right now because my soul decided to come down here and inhabit this body to create an incredible dream and to co-create with the other people that are awake or not. Lead the way. Share the love. We have unlimited abilities to create. It's just about remembering and awakening. And that's what we're doing right now. We're having fun. So, set your intention every single morning. I've been doing this for several years now. Did I used to do it all the time? No, I would forget. And then I set my intention. I said, I'm going to do it every single day. And I promise you that everything in my life shifted because I was completely interrupting what I had been running before on automatic pilot. And automatic pilot includes automatic reaction mode. And we can get into that now too, because it's one of my favorite subjects. Oh man, when my teacher asked us in this small little group back in 2001, 2002 in San Diego to question our belief system and to write out our life story. So I got a book and I'm writing out my life story. This is what happened to me, you know. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and had a mom, a dad, two sisters, one older, one younger. And then it went directly to boom. Came home from school one day. There were all these people in black suits out in front of my house. And I found out that my dad was killed in a plane crash. So it's not to focus on this. Everything's good. I'm happy, have an amazing life. I'm talking about the process of writing down your life story and then beginning to question your entire belief system and realizing that your belief system has nothing to do with who you are as a sovereign, divine creator of this dream. Your belief system is nothing more than, in most cases, information that came from the external. And it's basically like somebody taking a thumb drive and plugging it into your head. Now you're running all these external thoughts, beliefs, and programs that in most cases when you were a child, you didn't even choose. So this is why I ended up writing the book, Waking Up in the Dream, and creating the 30-day transformational courses, because I wanted to be able to remind myself every day the process of not forgetting, the process of being consciously aware, the process of tracking my thoughts with what Miguel calls the second attention. It's what I call in the book conscious observer mode. There's two modes that most people run. Being in conscious observation mode, where you're tracking your vibration, and every thought, every feeling, every judgment, every word, and then you put an emotion on top of that. It has a specific frequency. When you begin to practice it for just a short amount of time, you can begin to track it. You can begin to feel a judgment in your body. You begin to catch them. And then you stop immediately. You just train yourself. You know that out of those 50 to 80,000 thoughts, for the average person, 80% of them are negative. Man, what a program for not succeeding in life. Recycling negativity, whether you're aware of it or not, subconsciously. This is the gold right here. If you can tap into this and begin to put this in your day-to-day awareness, it'll entirely shift your dream and the way you create it. And it'll greatly affect positively every relationship that you're involved in and everything that you do moving forward in your life. Why don't they teach this in school? Because the current schools were not set up. Current schools were set up to make obedient little worker slaves. I know that sucks. I don't like to bring that into the vibration that we're holding here right now. But if you don't know that and you haven't seen that, it's a good little aha moment. Because you got to go down the rabbit hole to some extent to see how this whole programming was set up. Okay? So now we come back to, okay, now we've seen that. Now we're going to consciously create. So, waking up every morning from the sleeping dream, going into gratitude immediately. There's Laura Castaneda, and I know she's one of my heroes for gratitude, for sure. So every single morning when you wake up, if you don't have time to go on a gratitude rampage for at least 1 to 5 minutes, you better recheck your priorities. And I'm not trying to say that as a school teacher talking down to you. I'm here to inspire you. I had to put these things in place for myself to do this every single morning. And I can tell you, when I was first starting out, I could absolutely tell every day when I didn't do the gratitude first thing in the morning and when I didn't intentionally create my day before I stepped 1 foot out of bed. The minute your foot hits that floor, unless you're a master, which you may be, I intend that you are, that 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running immediately. And there goes your window to consciously create on a really clean palette of the mind that's, for the most part, been quiet all night. Unless you've had some weird dreams or something, that stuff happens. But for the most part, you set your intention. I'm going to consciously create my day every morning. And watch how everything shifts in your dream that we call life. I envision I'm going to smile at everybody. I'm giving my innate intelligence, which are those trillions of cells that have been unconditionally loving me all night long while I was asleep. If that's not magic, I don't know what is. There's nothing more magical that I have found on the planet besides Mother Earth and the unconditional love that she gives us in air, food, water, energy, and the magic that she paints for us every day on our canvas. Unbelievable, you know? And, you know, I work with a lot of men, and a lot of men don't really sit around and talk like this. They're really tough, you know, they gotta be a warrior, and you know, that's bullshit. I've seen a lot of friends die from heart attacks and stress and everything else. And I'll tell you, if you can't be playful, if you know, the goal is to get back to being a little child, really having that curiosity and starting your day off like that every day. And if you're running a life or a program where you can't do that, then I'm going to gently mirror you right now. This is the universe, the capital Y, capital O, capital U universe, mirroring back to you through me, saying, are you really doing what brings you joy? Are you really consciously creating your day every day? Are you doing things that you love? You know, is the program that you've set up really bringing you joy? You know, going after a certain amount of money, a nice car, a nice house, whatever, those things are great, but those can be taken away from you at any time. And the happiest people can be content just sitting in nature. It's really important, really important. So I wanted to talk about 2 things, maybe more. I was speaking about this program of how old are you the other day. And it really is a huge, huge deceptive program. Anytime you acknowledge your age, unless you're timeless and just the most happy little child creating, You are telling your innate intelligence to get older. Every time you tell somebody how old you are, every time you acknowledge your age, that is a program. And that program was put there for a reason. Because your cells, your innate intelligence, are listening to every single thought, every single word. And then when you put an emotion on top of that, a high vibrational, loving, compassion, gratitude emotion, that's doing something good for you. But if you're down here with a lower emotion like lack of forgiveness, unworthiness, fear, doubt, shame, guilt, what do you think that's doing to your cells? It's tweaking them in every moment. So this is why it's so beneficial every morning to go into gratitude first thing, create your day. Every person I see, I'm going to smile at. Any judgment I have, I'm going to catch it. This is a big one here. I love this one. And yeah, I may repeat things once in a while, but my teacher repeated things and I had to hear them sometimes 100 times. Because at first I heard it and my ego at mine went, that sounds pretty good. But my program underneath was running. I was a judgeaholic. You guys have heard me speak about this before. Chapter 5 in my book is all about judgments. And until you really catch this, your ego is probably justifying everything you judge. Because the way the program works is we have a belief system. The ego is trained to defend and throw up a red flag and get triggered every single time any information goes against that belief system. Belief system isn't who you are. You are a sovereign, divine, unlimited being. A belief system's a trap, huge trap. And watch everybody defend their beliefs. Democrat against Republican. I like this, you don't. Oh, this person's from another country. I don't like to do that voice. But that's what it sounds like to me when I see people doing this. So, tracking your thoughts, your words, and emotions. Get to the point where you can feel your emotions in your body. Can you feel even the slightest judgment? I can. I've trained myself. And you can train yourself to do this very quickly. And if you want to really go freaking deep, come join the next Waking Up in the Dream group. Your mind will be blown because you're going to do it yourself. I'm just going to mirror you through the process that my teachers did for me. But I tell you what, I guarantee in 30 days, you will be seeing things you never saw before. And part of it might be a little shocking, but you will be so glad that, oh my God, if I didn't see that, who knows how many years or maybe for the rest of my life, I would be running that same program over and over. And my ego would be justifying it. It's incredible. It'll piss you off in the beginning to see how the program runs and how the ego defends every single thing that goes against your current belief system. It is the master program of a trap to keep people at odds, fighting their own mind and fighting everybody else and everything in the external world that goes against it. It's incredible. And it's so incredible to begin to see it and to wake up to it. So, again, I'll go over the process real quick. First thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, gratitude. Non-optional. If you don't have time to do that, I don't know what to tell you. There's no logical reason for not starting out your day with gratitude before the 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running on repeat. Next thing, creating your day. There's plenty of videos on YouTube you can watch to get it on a little deeper level because people deliver the messages different. I have my way. Look up Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, creating your day. Boom. If you're not doing this, you're defaulting to all the programming that you learned when you were a child, when you were in school, religion, the mainstream media programming. Come on, we can erase this stuff and take back our power from a place of love. That's why we're here. That's the only reason we came here. That is our soul's purpose. Number one, come down here, forget everything, go through hell, wake up, and kick some serious ass and align with other people that are doing the same thing and create heaven on earth. And anybody that's paying attention can see this is what we're doing. And the more that we're consciously doing it and staying in our hearts every day, sounds like common sense. It is common sense. But we have to undo the programming first. So this is what we do. And what a blast it is to go deep into this. So gratitude, first thing, create your day. And then start tracking frequencies. Have every single person in the group get this golf clicker. Where are you? It's not optional. You have to get it. Because it's the fastest way to begin to track your thoughts, your judgments, and your emotions. You could say, well, I'll just track them. I'll try and be aware. Nope. Tried it. 50 to 80,000 thoughts are going to smother that plan real fast. So you carry a clicker in your pocket, in your purse, whatever. If you really want to be cool, you wear it as a necklace, and people will come up and ask you, oh, so you're a golfer? No, I'm tracking my thoughts, my judgments, and my emotions. Oh, why are you doing that? Then that can open up a whole great world. And they'll either go, you're crazy, or they're like, I want to get on board. Will you share that with me? It's so great. And then you write them down on the sheet that you get in the group every night. You journal for 5 minutes before you go to bed. And then you set your intention before you go to sleep. The last things that you want to program your mind with before you fall into what we call the sleeping dream again. Because guess what? That wonderfully incredible mind is going to work for you all night long. So what do you want to program it with? Your choice. It's great. Just these simple little tools will change everything in your world if you practice them every day. And once you see what they're doing, you'll want to practice them every day. You'll be like, yeah, I don't want to run the same 50 to 80,000 thoughts every single day. Are you kidding me? Oh man, I love it. And I love this technology, and thank you for anybody that's still hanging in there. You know, 27 minutes in, we have 18 people. I don't know if that's correct. That could just be Facebook trying to keep me going. But, and thanks to everybody that shares these, you know. I'm really just talking to myself, you know. And if anybody out there benefits from this, then that's really great, you know. I'm just paying it forward like my teachers did for me. Dave Kemp, great to see you, brother. I miss you. Rock and roll. And great mantra music as well. Check out Dave Kemp. He's an amazing musician. Great guy. In San Diego. Buddha Music Group, right? So, okay. For anybody that's still hanging on, I want to do a little bit of the bowl here. And if you guys want to tune in to your innate intelligence that I was talking about and give a little thanks for the trillions of cells that are loving you in every single second, that's unconditional love. Man, you want to know what unconditional love is? Tune into that. It's not the next hot girl that you meet. That could be unconditional love, but you know, that doesn't always play out that well. Stephen Hollis, I love you, brother. So, Michelle, God bless y'all. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my favorite bowl here that I travel with, because this is the right size for traveling. And if you guys want to tune in and give a little gratitude, I hope this isn't crushing my speaker on my Mac. I don't think it is, although it might be a little squeaky. I'd like to just thank all those trillions of cells that are loving me in every second. I mean, really, is there anything more magical than that? Is there anything that served you more than all those cells in your body since the moment you were conceived? I love it. Really. And I would love to bring some of you on the call and do some mirroring, because I don't want to just talk. I'm done talking. I could just do this bowl all day. This is what I call firing up a bowl. Those that grew up around the mother plant will know that terminology. So, hey Katie, thank you so much. So yeah, I'm going to check my messages because a couple people ding me. And I want to see. if anybody wants to come on board. I don't really know how to work that. So, yeah, so thank you, everybody. I tried to come into my Zoom room, and yesterday it worked, and today it just wouldn't go. And that way, I have a way to bring people in. Fire up that bowl, I love it. One person got it. Yeah, bowling for dollars, baby. It's a bowl of fun. What I'm going to start doing is, because I want to do at least 2 of these a week, so people can come in and interact, and you can experience the mirroring process that goes on in the monthly Waking Up in the Dream transformational journeys. And I just want to say, the next group starts on Sunday, and if you want to come in and do this, it is one of the most empowering journeys you'll ever do. And right now the price is ridiculously low. And I'm going to be raising it because I got a coach that's kicking my ass right now. And he's like, dude, you're giving it away. And I still don't turn away anybody. Anybody that's ever reached out to me knows I do my best to answer every message. Let's keep them around conscious awareness, and please try not to spam me with all these things that you think I should go out and see, because I'm seeing most of this stuff, and I love you guys. But, you know, the mirroring process is where we have the breakthroughs, because, again, we can't shift or change something that we can't see. And that's what Miguel did for us. He mirrored us. And we get up on that couch, and you just got to be willing to be vulnerable and go, what about this? What about that? I got this problem. I got this issue. How do I solve it? And it's like, I don't claim to have all the answers, but I really have gotten pretty good at seeing how the program works and how the ego wants to defend the belief system. And pretty much that's pretty much 99% of the problems. And then you've got childhood wounds and trauma. And the way to clear that is to be willing to go in and feel it. We put a big thing of protection around it when it happens because we have to. That's what kids do. That's what people in relationships do when they can't deal with what's happening. But the way out is to simply be around somebody or a group in safe space and go into it. I cry on calls with people every week. I can go there. I know what it's like. And that is healing. And for anybody that's willing to trust me, that's such a gift to me, to be willing to do that. I mean, this is what happens. And I'm not saying on the calls everybody cries. It's not like that. We have massive aha moments. And then the people that, if they're not comfortable sharing something in the groups on the weekly 2-hour calls, then they do a private call with me. Hey, Nancy. So, you know, there's ways to clear all this stuff very quickly. And it's just a matter of being willing to show up, be vulnerable, and either do it in the group or do it in a private session. But don't carry this stuff with you forward for another 5 or 10 or 20 years and try and figure it out on your own. I'm not saying you have to do it with me, but, you know, find somebody that you can clear this stuff with, because it really creates a massive shift in your life. And if we're carrying anything that's painful within our frequency, it is affecting what's showing up in our dream, our vibrational hologram, because everything is energy. It's the law. Everything's energy and frequency. So if there's something you want to heal, something you want to clear, reach out to somebody, reach out to me. Come into the group. I'm telling you. Read the testimonials on the website. Okay, this is, I don't like to sell, but I'll tell you what. The people that have gone through this group, read their testimonials on the website, thesourceoftruth.com. And these people have been through, most of them have been through another 20 years of groups like I did, 3-day seminars where you're all pumped up. And then a week later, you're wondering why there's no change, because those same programs are running. Waking up in the dream is an opportunity to dismantle these programs. And, you know, I'm sure there's other ones out there. There's tons of people doing great work. But I'm talking about this because this is what I know how to do, and this is what I spent 20 years developing. Hi, Nancy. Nancy, I want to talk to you. You're on my radar. Yeah. So again, before I sign off, I'm going to start doing the weekly groups in my Zoom room. But the only way I think I can do it right now is to say, at this time, I'm going to do it. And if you want to do it, I send you the link and you come in. Because I don't think I can do it live. Zoom wants like $500 a year for me to just do lives. And, you know, I'm traveling all over the place right now. I'm not banking a ton of money, but I'm kicking some ass, and I'm really creating some worldwide community with people in mostly English-speaking countries. And it's an absolute blast. So if somebody wants to donate, you know, the Zoom fee for me, I'll do lives twice a week, and everybody can come in, and we'll do the mirroring process. But, you know, that's where it's at for right now. So I would just rather do it with people than sit here and be the only guy on the call. But we'll work on that. We'll play with that. So thanks again to everybody. And if you have any topics or things that you'd like me to cover, post them in the comments, because I'm reading through this stuff. I see people that have joined, and some of the stuff, some of it's kind of frozen. But yeah, I'd love to answer any questions, anything that comes up around wounds, conscious awareness, clearing stuff, judgments, stopping the programs, all that stuff. I don't know who's hitting me with all those hearts, but God bless you. Thank you so much. Isn't that fun to hit that button? Usually a face comes up with those, but somebody's sending me a lot of love right now, and I appreciate that. So moving forward, I'm going to ramp it up. So I want to have more interaction. And if you have any interest in coming in to the group that begins on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific and noon Eastern, reach out to me. I'll make it so you can do it. There's no excuses. If your intuition is telling you, jump, and we'll get on a call and see if it's a good fit. That's it. Christian son, hey brother, dang, I miss you. I miss everybody in San Diego. We'll have to connect soon. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, everybody. And thanks to everybody that shares this stuff. And I'll be back soon. Again, if you have any questions or feedback or anything you want to discuss, hit me up in my private messenger, and I'll be happy to connect with you. Much love, everybody. Enjoy your day or evening, wherever you are. Just want to hit that. Much love, everybody.